Hi everyone, it's me again, enjoying another day in paradise, otherwise known as Yorkshire. Another lovely day. In a few minutes we're going to be doing another drawing exercise, and today we're going to be looking at something called felt pen and water wash. So it's nice and straightforward and something that you can all have a go at. Hope you're all having a lovely day, and away we go. So the first thing we're going to need is something to draw, and as I've said previously, you can draw absolutely anything. It's just the process of drawing that's the important thing. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose some leaves. We're into spring now. Flowers are coming out, the leaves are coming out. This particular leaf is out all the time as well because it's evergreen, and if you are going to go for holly, you need to be careful because you don't want to prickle yourselves. But this will do absolutely fine for what we're going to do next. You should be able to find loads of options of things to draw. So for instance, this is a magnolia. The flowers of magnolia are just coming into bloom, and lots more flowers will be budding and coming into bloom very soon. Might even be able to get someone to come and help you. So, because it's such a lovely day today, I've decided I'm going to do some drawing outside, which you might realise because you can probably hear birds tweeting and things, and people cutting their lawns. And I'm just doing it on the patio, and I've put my sketchbook on the floor. I'm sitting on the floor. You can draw anywhere. You don't have to be sitting in a chair. You don't have to be at a table. You can draw absolutely anywhere. Now, the equipment we've got today, we've got the thing we're going to draw, which are the holly leaves here. We've got a little pot of water, we've got some brushes, and we've got 2 felt pens, just black felt pens. And I'm going to start off just by drawing out the holly leaf. So, observational drawing. I'm looking at the shape of the leaf. I'm starting off with the outline. Looking really carefully at the shape, trying to get the angles right. You might have noticed I went back and I got myself a different leaf, well, 2 leaves, because I thought it'd be a more interesting composition. Composition is an arty word which means the way things are set up in the picture, the way it looks, the way things are laid out. Now the vein running down the middle of the leaf there, whoops, I shouldn't have moved that, should I? The vein running down the middle of the leaf there, I'm trying to get the angle right, which I haven't helped myself by moving it. Oh, Robin the cat has just turned up. Alright Robin, don't walk on my drawing please. There we go, so I'm looking very carefully just to get those basic shapes in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change pen, and I'm going to start using a thicker pen just to define some of those shapes. Define means make it look clearer. Back to my other pen, and I'm going to start thinking about where some of the veins are. Now, if every little detail of whatever you're drawing isn't quite in the right place, it really doesn't matter. This is a natural object, and because it's a natural object, it has got rough lumps and bumps. It's not really clinical. It doesn't matter if your drawing isn't really clinical. Okay, there we go. So that's a very quick sketch. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put what are called mid-tones in. So at the moment we've got very, very light tones, which is the tone of the paper, and we've got very, very dark tones, which is the tone of the ink there. Tone is a word which means how light or dark something is. So now I've finished the initial sketch, I've zoomed in a little bit so you can see it a little bit clearer, and I'm going to develop the drawing through mid-tones. So at the moment what I've got are the really dark tones, which is the ink, and I've got the really light tones, which is the paper. But if you remember the holly leaf, I'll show you again, it's got light bits and it's got dark bits and it's got bits that are sort of in between. So to develop those mid-tones, all we need to do is we need our water pot and we need a brush. And I'm going to start using the wet brush over the top selectively, which means I'm choosing where I want it to go, over the top to make the ink run. The arty term for this is making the ink bleed. So this is now changing from just being a line drawing into being something in between a drawing and a painting. If you put a bit too much water on, you think, oh no, I'm going to spoil it. All you need to do is get yourself a bit of paper towel, and just dab it back like that. Okay. And the other one. Now, painting, drawing does not have to take weeks and weeks and weeks. You can produce a nice little sketch really quite quickly. And this is useful to remember whether you're doing art for fun, whether you're doing it as an exam subject. It's not always about working harder, sometimes it's just about working smarter. There you go. Now I'll just put a little bit on the stem, and I think about stop, just to loosen it up a bit. Oops. There we are. So that's how you can use felt pens and water to develop something that's sort of in between a drawing and a painting. Now it's over to you. Why don't you have a go? So that's it. A nice simple drawing technique which you can have a go at, hopefully, if you've got felt pens at home. Have a go. Perhaps do a couple of different drawings, and as always, if you're one of my students, you can send your work through to me using the Google Photos album, and I'll give you some feedback. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.